Hello Virgo, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting May 29th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Virgo people out there, remember, if you do want to get a session, you do need to follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. It's where you can schedule your own session on the self-schedule application on the website, on the main page, or order a downloadable video file. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, this week, Virgo, we've got kind of a polar week. You know, there are some stressful angles, but we also have some good angles. So you've got to take the good with the bad sometimes when it comes to astrology. On Monday, we've got Mars, planet of action and energy, in your 10th house of career, forming an opposition to Saturn, currently retrograde in your 4th house of home and family. And there may be a situation going on where work, or an issue at work, or perhaps even, you know, the abundance of overtime and extra money you are getting at work is starting to actually create a problem on the family front. Or there may be a situation where we can't be in two places at the same time. And a lot of it looks to me as though there could be some challenges where we may even have a situation that we want to take on for upward mobility at the office or the workplace, but it would cause us to change everything we know about our schedule, our commute, possibly our living situation in order to get it. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this, but it is an option that's coming on the table, and you will feel pressured to make all those adjustments. And if you can, great, but if you can't, don't sweat it. On Wednesday, we have Mercury, planet of communications, moving through your 9th house of travel, higher education, as well as international travel and spiritual opportunities, as well as your government legal proceedings, forming a gorgeous connection to Pluto, currently retrograde in your 5th house of love and romance. And there's an opportunity for a lot of you Virgo people to maybe even find love from a place from your past. Whether you've done a lot of traveling, maybe it's a place you used to live and it's a long distance thing, or maybe you meet somebody who's moved to town who's from the same hometown you're from, or the same country you're from, or quite possibly even somebody that you could have met or could have known going all the way back to college or university days. If you want that reunion, it's yours. So what's going on with your cards this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of Awen. And Awen talks about a need for paying attention to when you get a gift, you need to use it. When something new happens, you have to take advantage of it. When there is a coincidence, don't dwell or wait too long for the high energy in that situation to dissipate. You know, the Awen card can talk about something coming your way that may not necessarily seem like a gift or seem like an opportunity we can jump off on, but we must. In fact, the Awen card can also talk about something where, you know, there's an update to a certain area of your life, where there's a new development or a new era forming. And we may actually feel a little bit shaky about it because maybe we liked the norm, maybe we liked our routine there. But the Awen card is basically saying that there's something kind of, again, going through a big improvement, whether we actually are ready for that improvement or not. But we don't want to miss the opportunity for this transition either, because it is taking us to bigger and better things. It may be mistimed, it may compete with other opportunities, or it may compete with other, I guess you could say, priorities that we have, but it must be integrated nonetheless. For your emotions, to skip the whole thing. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the King of Cups, upright. Which is a beautiful card to have because it looks like somebody is actually going out of their way to stick their neck out for you and represent you, possibly even to get you, again, benefits, maybe even a job, a promotion, or even credit and recognition that you didn't expect them to do. This could most likely come through a water sign, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio energy, most likely male because it is a king. This could actually be a hiring manager who decides to, you know, take favor upon you, or possibly even somebody who has actually put in a good word for you that actually has a bigger ripple effect than you could expect. If you're counting on this person to perhaps actually win over another high authority figure, or somebody with a lot of influence, they will succeed. And with the King of Cups upright, it's always important to pay attention to where this person is taking matters into their own hands, but in the most caring way in your interest possible. And maybe we want to let them do it their own way and do their own thing before we decide to kind of butt in, as us Virgos can do, and see if we can't get our hands on it as well. Maybe it's better that this is out of our hands. Maybe they're doing it in a way we just don't know how. I said we, I'm a Virgo too, okay? For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Knight of Cups upright. Love may be coming your way through a friend or a relative who actually has someone they could introduce you to. And the Knight of Cups upright indicates that this may be somebody who says they already know somebody who may like you. Somebody who already may have feelings for you. Or a friend may actually come out and blurt something out about somebody who likes you before they were ready to say. The Knight of Cups upright can often indicate a situation where this person may have had feelings for you all along, but it's finally coming out and articulated as such. Now, the Knight of Cups upright could indicate a situation that could be a little bit complicated because, again, there could be a conflict of interest there. Well, that's my sister's friend, or that's somebody who, we work together, or they're part of the friendship group. I don't know if that's something I want to really kind of muddy up. It's just information at this point in time, but it still could be something that serves you well if you're willing to take that chance. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Two of Pentacles reversed. And this card can honestly be one of those cards that we don't necessarily like to confront very much, because the Two of Pentacles reversed can indicate where we need to start dropping a priority that's become very high maintenance. And this high maintenance thing may be something that we absolutely really love. This may be something that we absolutely enjoy. This is a fun pastime, but we're spending either too much time on it, or it's becoming more expensive and more costly as the days go by. This can also be a situation where the Two of Pentacles reverse says you need to think about where, for yourself, Virgo, you need to start thinking about ways to make yourself more unavailable. Either A, taking time for yourself, or finding out where things that could honestly be solved really quickly are just taking really long for other reasons. Sometimes that does happen. We sit in situations that, the problem is solved, or we have a plan of action, but we're still putting a lot of energy into it. We're putting, whether it's for ourselves or maybe it's for the other person. Some people like to take a really long time to work things out, even though it's done. And with the Two of Pentacles reversed, is basically saying, mind your energy and mind your availability, because again, this could be simply taking the spot of more enriching activities, because again, time is being wasted. So, whether or not this is something that we want to get rid of or don't, it's important to pay attention to where we're, again, maybe too available sometimes. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Two of Cups reversed. And this card can, create a bit of an interesting dynamic between you and a potential crush. For those of you who are single and looking, because what can happen is the Two of Cups reversed can show up where we do meet somebody, but they are not done with their old situation. Whether they're not done, or they're not done emotionally, or they're not done psychologically. And sometimes with the Two of Cups reversed, it can say, look, this person may need more time. And you're really kind of, you got to heed this warning. If this person that you meet this week, remember it's a weekly horoscope, is not done with their past, and there's still a lot of loose ends that need tying up, maybe we need to adjust our pacing with them accordingly, or wait. For those of you who are currently coupled, when it comes to the Two of Cups reversed, this can indicate a situation where a partner may have some loose ends of their own, or some of your loose ends may come back a little bit this week. Now, this can happen sometimes. If we share a child with an ex-spouse or an ex-partner, or there's some old financial issues, or possibly even just having people in common. Old issues like that are left untied may have to be readdressed. And that's okay, but the important thing is that everyone keep their partner in the know, and that way with the Two of Cups reversed, nobody's feeling slighted, ignored, or pushed to the side, because all we're trying to do is tie up loose ends, not retie old connections. Okay? So that is your horoscope, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.